Hello and welcome to the Performance Centre here at Howley Hall Golf Club in Leeds, where today we are testing the Cobra King SZ driver. Hi, Ryan Rastall here for Golfshake.com, PGA professional down here at Howley Hall Golf Club in Leeds, and as I've said, today we're taking a look at the King SZ driver from Cobra. But before we do that, please hit that subscribe button. See loads more content from us here at Golfshake to help you play more and play better. So let's get into the technology. We all know that last year's F9 driver was extremely popular. And I would envisage SZ or SZ is going to be exactly the same. So colourway is very similar. So we've got the yellow and black. Slightly different in the way it looks at address. So we've got the new Cobra logo there on the top. Movable weights again, so we've got that forward and back position. This is in the normal model of driver, so you can move that 14 gram weight to the back for a little bit higher MOI, a little bit lower CG, or to the front to help lower spin ever so slightly. The biggest story here is the infinity face. So we saw CNC milling last year in the face of the F9 driver. It's gone that little bit further where the infinity face basically overlaps the top of the crown and also goes around the sole a little bit more. This basically means that Cobra can be more efficient and make the face a little bit more precisely than they could last year. So it really helps to control the thickness and also the milling really helps to add to the premium sort of feel and look of the product as well. So I'm expecting this to perform really, really well. It looks great. It looks kind of a bit quirky, a bit different to what a lot of brands have done out there. But yeah, super forgiving, low CG, that carbon kind of effect on the top of the crown, again, adjustable and also with Arcos built in as well. So let's go give it a hit, see how it performs on the TrackMan here, and hopefully give you a bit of feedback as to the differences between this and F9. I mean, straight away, sitting it behind the ball, the looks are much different. So I really like that new Cobra logo on the top of it with the crown above it. I think that looks really cool. The yellow sort of graphic around the outside of the driver and also that carbon effect on the top. You can just see that infinity face creeping on top of the golf club, but it's really not something that is offensive or doesn't look particularly bad at all. It's a really good looking driver. Sits a bit more upright, I would say, than last year's. But you know, I still think it looks great behind the ball and it looks premium. So let's hit a few shots with it and see how we get on. Feels really nice and solid. Good ball speed off the face, so we're seeing 170 miles an hour ball speed. So whenever I get towards that sort of number, I know that you know, I know the club's performing well. That's kind of anything there and slightly above is very good. Just over 300 yards. That's as long as anyone ever needs to hit it. So yeah, it's really, really good. Feels nice and solid off the face. Doesn't sound tinny at all. Feels really, really good. Again, another decent strike. Longer again, 316 with that one, so the spin that little bit lower. So we've got that weight right in the front of the driver there, so that's helping us to lower the spin. I mean, this is a even flow white shaft, which I use in my driver, so I just built it to use with the new Cobra just to see how it performs, but we can see that, you know, we're getting some decent distance there off a decent strike. Maybe not quite as good a strike. Let's see what effect that has. Spin's crept up a little bit, but 283, we've still hit that. It's a little bit higher flight, which we'd expect. I just missed it out the toe a little bit. But again, not too bad, really. We would take that as a miss hit, absolutely. Let's just hit a couple more. Yeah, it just feels really nice and solid. You know, I like the look of it behind the ball. I can see the top edge of the, like I say, that infinity face a little bit, but once you've hit 3 or 4 shots, you really don't notice it at all. Again, another pretty decent strike. little bit higher on the spin, but again, decent distance, just short of that 300 mark, and like I say, a pretty decent swing and pretty decent strike. It's a, you know, it's certainly a nice looking driver. I think looks a little bit nicer than F9 personally when I sit it behind the ball. Feels much more solid, I would say, than F9 did when you actually strike it. And that infinity face, I think, will only make it more forgiving for most golfers when you don't hit the centre of the face. So let's just hit one more. Again, not a bad swing, a little bit higher and a bit more spinny, but all in all, I think feels really good. I think the looks and the infinity face is definitely an improvement on F9. Sits nice behind the ball, really like that new Cobra logo that's on the top there as well. But as I always say, go and get custom fitted, try it properly, and make sure you go see someone who knows what they're talking about when you go in custom fitting. Try some different shafts, lofts, etc. But this is certainly a driver that's going to be popular during the 2020 season. But I also think it's an improvement on last year's model, which is a lot to say. Hope you've enjoyed the video. If you've got any comments, please leave them below. If you've got any questions about the King SZ driver or anything about custom fitting, please let us know and we'll get back to you about those. See you all very soon and enjoy your golf.